Gold medal on the line. USA against Canada. He scores! Charlie McAvoy gets the U.S. on the board. Fellas, one-timer. He scores!
The level of pressure, this is incredible to watch.
Colin White has tied the game for Team USA.
These kids are putting on an amazing show.
We are going to a shootout. Stop made by Parsons. Now we see Troy Terry. He scores! Tyler Parsons with the save. The Americans are World Junior Hockey Champions.
No doubt one of the highlights of the year. Team USA winning gold at this year's World Junior Hockey Championship in Montreal over Team Canada. And today is a very big day because we're going to hear the head coach for Team USA. It's going to be unveiled right now on this program for the 2018 World Junior Championship, which will be taking place in Buffalo. For that, we welcome in the general manager of Team USA, Jim Johannsen. Jim, first of all, how does it feel to be the defending champs?
Oh, it's fantastic. Obviously, every championship is really appreciated and cherished, but I think even more so knowing that we're going to be hosting next year in Buffalo to go in as the defending champs and being on home ice to defend a championship.
And how has this process been for you to get ready to unveil the new coach? What goes into it?
Well, you know, almost every year I generally wait almost 6 weeks really to let all of it sink in, both the experience and with the coaches, for them to get back with their teams and have an understanding of how that affected things in their family and things like that, and really went through the same process again this year and came to the conclusion that we did of putting the staff in place that we're going to be announcing today.
All right, Jim, give us the name. Who's going to be the head coach for Team USA at the 2018 World Junior Hockey Championship?
Well, when things work, you go right back to it. So I'm really pleased to announce that Bob Motzko will be returning as our head coach. And with that, the entire coaching staff will be the same coaching staff that led us to the gold medal in Canada last year. So obviously exciting for me, exciting for Bob. But again, as I mentioned earlier, the great part is we really let the process go again. And I know I got a guy that's completely all in again, almost like it feels like the first time again for me. He's that excited.
Well, I mean, that is terrific news for Bob and for that staff to come back and have a second crack at this. I asked you about the process. What were you thinking in terms of going back to Bob, who obviously had a lot of success last year?
Well, I think it started with a little bit of feedback from him and also meeting with Ben Smith quite a bit, who's helped me out a lot on this team. And then taking the time to look at where we project our roster to be a little bit. And it just kept coming back to a lot of the great things I thought Bob and our entire staff did last year should fit the blend of the team that we have coming this year. And experience is generally always a good thing. And speaking to Bob, there's so many things that he enjoyed about the experience last time, but he also reflects on it as well. And in all honesty, feels like he can do an even better job this time.
And, Jim, this will be a unique World Junior Hockey Championship because it will feature an outdoor game. What do you think about that element for 2018?
I think it's exciting. I think it's great for the fans. It's going to be great for the players in the game. It'll be the first time the World Juniors has a game of that magnitude outdoors. And obviously the level of play of the U.S.-Canada speaks for itself over the last several years and certainly lived up to it last year in the gold medal game.
Jim, thank you so much for making the announcement here on our program, and best of luck in the preparations.
Thanks very much, guys.
And with that, we welcome in Bob Motzko right now. Bob, congratulations. Why did you want to do it again?
Well, it was a tremendous experience. Obviously, winning the gold was a highlight for all of us on our staff, and I wasn't expecting it. I thought my time was done, put out to pasture. And then when I had my conversation with Jim Johannsen and it was brought up again, we hung the phone up, and immediately I knew I wanted to do it. And of course, I had to get clearance from home first. It is a time commitment. When that came in from my wife, it was full steam ahead, and awful excited for the opportunity and the challenge to work with USA Hockey again, and especially in Buffalo, New York, being in our country. I think that made it a special opportunity that we all want to tackle.
Bob, in talking to Jim just now, he said in his conversations with you, you felt that you could do things even better in a second go-round. You won a gold medal. What do you think you could do better?
Well, you know, as a friend of mine told me, he said, "Hey, you got to give us a lecture one day how to win a gold medal without winning a hockey game," because there were two shootouts, and there's the challenge. It was the process. You back that whole thing up. Like I said, of course, winning was outstanding, but when you back it up, how we got along as a staff, our camaraderie with Jim Johannsen, his staff, from the summer camp, the preparation, it was very rewarding. And then, of course, we had a tremendous group of players. And the fact that the entire staff with Grant Potulny, Greg Brown, Kris Mayotte, Steve Miller, our video coordinator, Matt Chapman, they jumped on board immediately. It was a millisecond after I gave them a call, and they all want the opportunity to do this again. And the excitement started to build again. And I think that's the challenge for us. We all know what it's about. You look at the tremendous success USA Hockey's having. You know, tomorrow we start the semifinals with the World 18. Gold medal last year in World Juniors, bronze the year before. Our women winning gold medals, the World Championships and the U18. USA Hockey's in a pretty good spot right now. And to have this opportunity, you want to tackle it. You want to move forward with it and see if we can do something again.
And Bob, how about potential players? You have some returnees for this upcoming World Junior. What's the early scouting report on the potential pool you're going to have?
Well, early, it's very early, and we do have just a handful of players that can come back, but in a very good group of players that we can build around. But talking with Jim Johannsen and his staff, and we think it's very similar to a year ago. The depth was there, and that's the thing we liked last year and we like again right now. There's tremendous depth. We're going to lose some players, and that's what happened last year. And we all thought Matt Tkachuk would be with us, and Fisher, a couple of guys then at the end were not available to us, and we had the depth to carry through. And again, from 30,000 feet looking down at this pool, we think there's tremendous depth, and we can handle some of the adversity we're going to hit.
Bob, the under-18 tournament currently ongoing, Team USA in the battle for perhaps a gold medal at that level. How closely do you watch a tournament like that?
We've been watching it all week, and you know, for us, it's great. It's in the morning, so we try to get a little bit done in the office, and then of course we head to the film room and we've got it up. So we're following. You know, they had a little scare yesterday, but they gutted it out. But hey, we know we had the same thing with Switzerland last winter. So their best hockey could be in front of them.
Bob, we saw you sitting there in front of that great St. Cloud logo. I want to know, what was it like when you got back to St. Cloud after winning the gold with all the attention that the tournament received?
Well, it was tremendous, and you know, all of us on our staff reflected back, and you go back to that tournament. You know, of course you win it, but when you think that we had Canada twice and Russia twice in a 1 week period, two big games, the drama that went in with the shootouts, and that it blew up in the United States with the hockey fans and everybody back here. That we're in our bubble there. We go from the hotel, park underneath the building, and outside of following on Twitter. It's when we got home, I think all of us realized everybody was into that tournament and following it, and that tells you how big this tournament is growing in the United States. We all know what it does in Canada, but it's starting to hit those levels here in the United States in our hockey pockets.
Bob, have you picked out any warm weather gear? Because coaching next year, you're going to have to coach a game outdoors in front of a huge crowd. How excited are you for that opportunity?
Well, not only is it you didn't think you could add any more drama to a Canada-U.S. game. Now you throw it outdoor at a football stadium and with potential of over 70,000 people. And I've yet to coach in an outdoor game, so I am going to research that and search it out. And obviously, you can tell by my hat I've got to wear a hat. We're outdoors, so I will be looking for a hat.
Hey, Bob, real quick, you got the Stanley Cup playoffs going on right now. How about one of your players, one of your best players from last year? What do you think of Charlie McAvoy and what he's done with the Boston Bruins?
Not surprised, when we were with Charlie through the camp and then obviously through the tournament. This kid's a horse, and he's mature, way beyond his age. And you are prepared in college hockey for challenges, and a guy like this steps right in, and we're not surprised by it because he was sure a horse for us and was a major part of our success that we had with our team.
Bob, great to talk with you. Congratulations. Best of luck the rest of the way.
All right. We're looking forward to it, guys. Thanks so much.